Suppose if I want to feed the data to the computer system, then I'm going to use the input stream. Whatever the data we are going to have, that should be written inside the double quote. So here double quote indicates that it's nothing but the stream of constant data. So this is nothing but the cascading of input. That means I'm going to club or write two input variables together. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on input and output operator. I'm Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In my today's session, we are going to discuss about what are the input and output operator we are going to have under C++ programming language. Let's see the agenda of today's session. So at the beginning, we are going to have introduction. That means introduction about the input and output operator. Along with that, let's see what is input operator and what's the symbol used in the input operator, and what is output operator and what is the symbol used. Along with that, how we can able to cascade, in the sense how we can able to combine the input operator or output operator. Let's directly moving on to the introduction part. So why I required input and what is the need of input? So dear student, just remember that the computers are going to perform its operation based on the input. And who is responsible for providing the input? That is none other than user. Then what's the way the user can able to use any input devices like keyboard or mouse to input the data? So the input-output operations are done using library function. That means if I want to give any input to the program, then how can I give? For that, I'm going to have the library function. That means to provide the input or to get the output, I'm going to have certain input, that is certain library functions like cin and cout, objects of the class IOStream. So before that, let me to explain what is stream here. Here streams are the way or method used to insert the data or extract the data. So what is stream here? It is a media used to input the data or extract the data. So in C++, we are going to have C++ library function, and this C++ library function provides some of the methods to input the data as well as output the data. So if I consider C++ library function, in that I'm going to have cin. So what is cin? That is nothing but the console input. And what about cout? It is nothing but the console output. And these are the two objects. And where it is present? It is present under the class called IOStream.h. That means if I want to access cin or cout, that means if I want to use cin and cout in my program, what I required, I must include IOStream.h, because these two are the library function, and where it is stored under IOStream. These are the built-in methods, or these are the built-in functions I'm going to use. And where it is stored? It is stored under IO stream. Using the standard input and output library, we can able to interact with the user by printing the message on the screen or getting the user input from the keyboard. That means if I want to input any data to the computer, then what I'm going to use? I'm going to use CIN, that is console input. And if I want to display any message to the user, then how can I? For that, I'm going to have console output. So here I'm going to have stream. So what is stream and why I require stream? So here stream is an object. So here stream is an object where a program can either insert or extract. That means by using stream, the user can able to feed the data. At the same time, the user can able to extract the data or character to and from it. The standard C++ library includes the header file IO stream. That means if I want to make use of CIN as well as Cout in my program, then what I want to include? I want to include the standard header file called input-output stream, where the standard input and output stream objects are declared. So here what is CIN and what is Cout? These two are the standard object. That is nothing but these two are the standard input as well as output object. And where these two objects are stored, these two objects are stored under iostream.h header file. Then I'm going to have two type of stream, that is input stream and output stream. Then what's the use of input stream? Suppose if I want to feed the data to the computer system, then I'm going to use the input stream. And if I want to display the result or output to the user, then I'm going to have output stream. But here we are going to study what is input operator. Anyway, we know that what is the standard input object, that is nothing but CIN. And how can I use CIN in my program? With the help of left angular bracket, I can able to use the CIN. So here this CIN indicates that it is ready to accept the input from the user. So the standard input device is usually keyboard. So dear student, just remember that whenever you want to enter any data to the computer system, then what's the standard device we are going to have? That is nothing but the keyboard. And input in C++ is done by using stream extraction. So how I can able to input the data? For that, I'm going to have the stream extraction. That is nothing but the right angular bracket. So what is right angular bracket here? That is nothing but the stream extraction on the input stream. So what is CIN? So here C is nothing but the console and IN is nothing but the input. And what is the standard console input I'm going to have? That is nothing but the keyboard. And what's the operator I'm going to use? That is stream extraction. Now consider the example here. I want to define my age, and it's of type number. For number, what type of data type I'm going to have? That is nothing but the integer. So here integer is my data type and age is my variable. Now I'm going to read the age from the keyboard. For that, I'm going to use console input. Along with that, I'm going to provide the stream extraction operator. So, this is the diagram used to illustrate the use of input operator. So, I'm going to have the console input and I'm going to have the stream extraction and I'm going to pass the variable. And how I'm going to read the input? Through the keyboard. So whatever the input I'm going to read, for that reason I required cin. Along with that, I required stream extraction operator. Along with that, I'm going to use the variable. Moving further, input operator. Now consider the example here. It's mainly used to illustrate the use of input operator. At the beginning, I'm going to have keyboard, then I'm going to have console input, along with that stream extraction and variable. So here the job of the cin is to read or extract the input from the keyboard. To extract the input, I'm going to have the stream extraction operator. After extracting, where the input is stored, it is stored in the variable. For that reason, I'm going to use the variable. So, the first statement declare a variable of the type integer, that is called age. So here if I consider the example int age, then what is my first statement? Here I'm going to use the data type called int and I'm going to specify the variable name as age. Now the second one waits for an input from cin. That means if I write cin, then it is going to wait for the input from the keyboard. And in order to store it in the integer variable. So if I write int age, now age is of type integer and this age does not holds any value. That means I'm not going to assign any value to age. Now this age variable is ready to store the value. And where I'm going to get the value? I'm going to get the value from the cin object. And once I read the value from the keyboard and where it is stored in the age variable. So here cin stands for console input. It can only process the input from the keyboard once and return the key has been processed. So here cin is nothing but the console input. And what is the job of console input? It's mainly used to read the value from the keyboard. Then I'm going to have the output operator. To represent output operator, I'm going to have left angular bracket. That means I'm going to write left angular bracket twice. So this is the example for standard output device. So what is Cout? That is nothing but the console output. That is nothing but the standard output device. And the best example for standard output device here is monitor. That is nothing but the screen. So suppose if I want to output any values or any message to the user, then how can I output? For that reason, I'm going to have the Cout object. Along with that, I'm going to have the operator. That's nothing but the left angular bracket twice. So Cout stands for console output. So the best example for standard output is monitor. So where I'm going to display the result? It's on the monitor. For that, I'm going to have the Cout, that is nothing but the console output, and I'm going to have the left angular bracket twice along with the, I'm going to write variable name. So if I consider the example here, Cout, let us learn C++. So I want to display the message saying, let us learn C++ programming language. So to display the message, what I did here, I have written that message inside the double quote, and I'm going to pass this message to the Cout. So what is Cout? Here Cout is nothing but the console output, and the operator inserts the data that follows it to be the stream preceding it. The sentence in the instruction is enclosed between double quote. Suppose if I want to display message to the user, then how I'm going to display? To display the message, I'm going to have Cout operator, and whatever the message I want to display, that should be written inside the double quote. So here double quote is nothing but the constant string of character. In the sense, in string data type, whatever the data we are going to have, that should be written inside the double quote. So here double quote indicates that it's nothing but the stream of constant data. Then I'm going to have cascading of input-output operators. That means instead of using single input operator, I can use more than one input operator at a time along with the variables. So here C++ support the use of stream exertion and stream insertion operator many times in a single input, that is console input and console output. That means in C++ programming language, the user can use same input operator, that is nothing but the extraction operator many times. Same way, we can able to use insertion operators many times. So here I have the example. Think that Cout enter the two numbers. Instead of writing Cout enter first number, then Cin A, Cout enter second number, Cin B, I can able to club these four statements in two statements. In the sense, at the beginning, I'm going to write the message, that is nothing but the enter the two number. Then while reading, I'm going to use multiple input operator. That means here I'm going to use exertion operators twice. First time it is for A and second time it is for B. Similarly, I can able to use Cout operators multiple times. So here I'm going to display the message saying that the sum of two number is sum and L. So to display the result, I'm going to have the variable called sum, and I want to align the output. For that, I'm going to have the end L. So This indicates that end of the line. Bring the cursor to the next line. So here I'm going to use insertion operators twice. So this is the way I can able to cascade the input output operator. Then formatted output, that is nothing but the manipulators. There are certain situations, whatever the output you're going to get, you want to alter or modify the output. To modify or alter the output, I'm going to have manipulator. There are certain situations you don't want to display the output as it is and you want to make a alignment or alteration. For that, I'm going to have the manipulator. So what is manipulator here? Manipulators are the operators. So what is manipulator here? Here manipulators are the operators used with the insertion operator. So I repeat, here manipulators are the operators and where I'm going to use? I'm going to alter the output. So alter the output in the sense it's nothing but the insertion operator. There is nothing but the cout operator to format the data display. That means whatever the output I want to alter before going to display, for that I'm going to have the manipulator. And the most commonly used manipulators are end L and set W. That is end line and set width. The end L manipulator. So the end L manipulator when used in a output statement because a line fed to be inserted. That means instead of displaying all the results in one single line and you want to align the output one by one, for that I'm going to use the end L operator. In the sense, if I use end L in my program, each time after printing one line, I'm going to move the cursor to the next line. So it has same effect as using new line character. So here I can able to use the manipulator end L, or instead of that I can able to use the operator, that is new line character. Then I'm going to have the set W. So set W manipulator. Let's see what's the use of set W and why we required set W in our program. So the set W manipulator sets the width of the field. That means if you want to set the width of particular field, then how can we achieve? For that, I'm going to have set W operator. That is nothing but the set the width or change the width. So the set W operator sets the width of the field assigned for the output. It takes the size of the field, that is in number of character. So what is the input I'm going to provide for set W? That is in the form of number of character as parameter. Then the output will be justified. Anyway, dear student, let's write a simple program to find the sum of two numbers using Cin as well as Cout object. According to the structure of C++ program, what is my first statement? That is nothing but the documentation section. So, in documentation section, I'm going to write the comment. That's nothing but the program to find the sum of two numbers Okay, it's in single line, so I'm going to use single line comment. Then what is my next section? I want to include the header files. For that, I'll write hash include IO stream, and we are writing C++ program. For that reason, it is input output stream. And if I write C program, then it is stdio.h. Then I'm going to include hash include conio, that is console input output dot h. Then I'm going to start from main program. And what is the type? That is, what's the return type of main program? It is void, because my main program does not return any value. To indicate that, I'm going to use void. And the actual execution of the C++ program is going to start from main function, and I can able to have only one main function in my program. Then I'll start with the curly brace. So what is my next statement? Read the question properly. Program to find the sum of two numbers. So I want to find the sum of two numbers. For two numbers, I require two variables. After performing summation operation, I want to store the sum in another variable. So here I required three different variables, and it's of type integer. So I'm going to consider the number, and I'm going to consider the whole number. So I'll write int, that is nothing but the integer data type, and I'll take a, b and sum. After that, what I want to do? I want to display the message to the user. Why I want to display the message to the user? In order to feed the data, or in order to get the input. So I'll use cout, that is console out. Along with that, I'm going to write the insertion operator, and whatever the message I want to display, I'm going to write that one inside the double quote, that is enter A and B value. Close the double quote and put the semicolon. Why I'm going to write the semicolon here? To indicate that this is the end of my line. Then what's my next statement? I want to get the input, and where I'm going to get, or from where I'll receive the input? From the keyboard. For that, I'm going to use console input, that is cin and A and B. So this is nothing but the cascading of input. That means I'm going to club or write two input variables together. For that reason, I'm going to write the exertion operators twice. So this exertion operators for A, and this is for B. After reading A and B value, what I want to do? I want to perform the summation. That means I want to find the sum of two numbers. So what are the two numbers? It is A and B. Then where these results are stored, that means after performing summation operation, I'm going to store the result under sum. Once I done with this statement, what is my next statement? I want to display the result or output to the user. For that reason, I'm going to use cout, that is console output operator. Along with that, I'm going to display the message, that is sum of two numbers, then where the sum is stored in the variable called sum. So I'll write the variable name sum and close the main function. And when I compile and when I run, I'm going to get the message that enter two numbers. So I'm going to enter 10 and 20 through the keyboard. Then I'm going to add 10 and 20. After adding 10 and 20, the result is stored in the variable called sum. Now, sum holds the value 30 and I'm going to display the value, that is sum of two number 30, by using cout object. So this is the way I can able to read the input from the keyboard. At the same time, I can able to display the output to the user. So dear student, in today's class, we started with what is stream, what are the two different types of streams, and what's the header file we need to include in our program. Along with that, we learned how to write this simple program by using cin as well as cout object. I hope, dear student, in my today's class, you got more information about input and output operator. Let's meet in the next session with some more information about C++ programming concept. Until then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.